Hi, welcome to your core and glute express little workout. So you're just gonna need a small ball and we'll get you going. All right, we'll start on the mat here. And those feet are just hip distance apart. And we're gonna place the ball into your low back. So you can place it on the floor and then roll it into your low back. It should be just feeling like your sacrum's right on the ball there. Okay, we're gonna start getting the core right away. Good, so what I want you to do is feel like your tailbone slightly tucks under. Okay, you should already feel a little bit of work here. Let's go ahead and place our hands on our belly just for a little bit of awareness of muscle recruitment. So we're just gonna take that breath in, try to take a lateral breath, and then make an S sound. Feel those abdominals knitting together. Good, let's do that again. Nice breath in. And strong exhale. Making sure that core is on. All right, let's reach those arms out in front of you. And we're just gonna go back just a couple inches and then slide the ribs down to come up. Good, we're rolling back, small little amount. And then we're sliding the ribs. Notice I'm not here. I've got a nice open chest and I'm really thinking the ribs sliding down. Exhale to curl. You want to have the sensation that your pubic bone and the bottom of your sternum, your breastbone, are trying to meet. Good. A little back. Good. Have all the focus right here on the abdominals. See if you can let those hip flexors just try to relax. Right, really putting your mind right here on this lower abdominal belt. Good, let's do 4 more. 4. Little curl, 3. It's like I'm pulling my sternum out. 2. And 1. Beautiful, good. Right now we're gonna add in just a little bit of obliques. We're gonna lift up, go back. Lift up and then we're gonna twist over. Center and come down. Good, keep tugging that tailbone under, rotate. Good, roll back. So we're trying to keep those hip bones equal in the ground, right? Sitting bones, not hip bones. Feel those hip bones planted so the pelvis doesn't twist just through the ribcage, shoulders, and head. Really nice. So we're starting to burn a little bit. Good. Keep it going. Right. Feel those ribs slide down. Pulling that belly button to the spine. Good. Let's do 2 more. Nice. Roll back. Lift and twist. Center. Good. You can come up for a little bit of a break. Whew. Good. All right. Let's add in just a little bit more here. Okay, a little bit more range of motion with the arms. So we're reaching forward. Good, we're gonna go back and tap the elbows and then slide those ribs down. Reach back to tap. Now it's okay if the elbows don't touch. The idea is that those arms slide along the rib cage, the chest opens, and then you slide to come up. You are doing awesome. Woo, feel the burn? Good. Back, slide. Remember that line of gravity is coming straight here. That's our resistance, right where we want to work. Good, let's do 6 more. 6. 5. Beautiful. 4. Good. 3. And 2. Last one. Good, let's go for a little burner. We're gonna go back halfway, reach arms forward, and then just lift and lower. Hi, hi, hi. You can really feel those ribs sliding down. Feeling that upper ab connection, that tailbone's tucking under. We're working from top to bottom. Good, 2 more. Yes, last one. Good, and then come all the way forward. Beautiful, let's grab the back of the legs and just let those shoulders open, let the ribs expand. Beautiful. All right, continue on. We're gonna go ahead and lay down now. Feels good to let those abdominals stretch out a little bit. Okay, this is where the ball is gonna go underneath your sacrum. So you're gonna lift up and we're gonna put it just underneath so that when you come down, you don't feel like your ribs are popped open. You want your ribs relaxed, right? So the ball is too far back. So get it just in that spot right there where you feel nice and soft through the rib cage. Okay, arms are down by your side. You're gonna roll the shoulders back. Good. Let's take that another nice breath in. Exhale. Engage the core. Feel the core working, and we're gonna slowly float one leg up to tabletop. All right, here we go. Press the arms into the mat, and then you're gonna exhale, set the core first, and then slowly switch those legs in midair. Nice, good. Inhale, connect, and we're slowly switching, trying to minimize the wobble on the ball, right? This is instability. Connect really helps to work those little stabilizing muscles right around your low back and your hips. Good. Exhale, connect. We're trying to keep it neutral here. Now, if you feel like your back is archy, you can go into a little imprint. Let's try a couple more neutral. Exhale first. You want to set that core and then switch. Good. One more. Connect and switch. Trying to keep those legs level at tabletop. Good. We're going to lower that foot down and take a little break. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to go into an imprint, which is just rolling the low back into the ball. Okay, feel those obliques turn on for support of your low back. Breath in. Exhale, connect and bring one leg to tabletop. Good. Inhale. Push the back into the ball. Bring the other leg up. Okay, take a moment here just to let your spine and pelvis find your center. Now, a little bit of wobble is okay, right? Because you come back to center, teaching the body. So take a moment here. All right, let's add in some legs. Single leg stretch. You're gonna exhale, reach your right leg long. Slowly pull it back in. You're feeling that low back gently press to the ball. Reach the leg long. Good. And then pull it back in. Good. This shouldn't feel like it's pulling on your back. If it is, we deepen the curve or deepen the scoop of the abdominals, or you put one leg down and just reach one leg. Okay? You got this though. Feel that low back press into the ball. Good. Exhale. You can feel the length in the front of your hip. Feels so nice. Good. Connect and reach. Inhale in. And connect and reach. Good. Inhale in. Good. One more each side. Stabilize. See how still you can keep your pelvis as you reach the leg. The leg only goes as low as you can keep connected with the ball. Last one. Beautiful. All right, let's add in a little challenge for that. Let's see if we can lift one arm up, and you're gonna plug that shoulder blade right into the mat. Good, here comes the other arm. Gonna lift up and plug that arm bone. Whoa, you might feel a little wobbly here. All good, right? Let your body find center. Good, here we go. We're gonna go opposite arm and leg reach. So I'm gonna go with my right arm reaching back, my left leg forward, and then slowly pull it back in. Good, and then opposite. It's like your body's a giant Swiss Army knife, right? You've got the tools coming out from the center body. Good. I want you to keep focusing on that lower belly. You're gently pressing down to the ball. Good. Really challenging your balance, stability, and core strength. Good. Let's do one more each side. Connect and reach. Good. You can close your eyes for an added challenge if you want. Notice it's a little bit harder. We take away that vision that helps us balance, right? We're really relying on our body sense. Okay, you can open up your eyes. Good. Now from here, you're welcome to add a weight to your hands if you'd like, Or you can just use your arms. So we're going to do a double leg stretch with arms overhead. Good. Pull it back in. Good. Deep core connect and reach. Beautiful. You got this. Couple more. So if you have a weight, just be careful that your ribs don't pop open when your arms reach overhead. Good. Weight just adds a little extra resistance. That rib connection close, reaching out. Really feeling my low abs here. Mindful that the low back doesn't arch. Last one. Connect and reach. Good. Beautiful. All right. The final shebang here. We're going to flex our feet. We're going to deepen our imprint, and we're just going to lower both heels down. Good. Probably just halfway. Don't let the back arch, and then pull the knees back up. Good. Notice the angles of my legs are not changing. I'm moving from the hip joint. Ooh, you can really feel the lower abdominal belt working here. Good. Exhale, connect. I'm starting to shake a little bit. Yeah, my abdominals are getting taps. This is great endurance for those abs. 2 more. Good. Focus where you want the work, right here. Beautiful. Good. Last one. Connect. Lower. And come back up. Gorgeous. We're going to slowly lower one foot down. The other foot down. Keep your imprint. And then release the imprint. Really nice. Here's the best part. Lift up and take that ball out. Roll through the spine. Ah, so good. You should feel the nice space right here, right? The pelvis usually likes to settle right into its natural neutral. All right, let's do one more bonus round for those lower abdominals. Okay, this is an isometric press. So we're gonna roll the low back into the mat. Really important to keep it glued down. We'll bring one leg to tabletop and then the other leg up. Okay, try to keep 90 degrees here as much as you can with keeping that imprinted spine. Hands go on top of the knees. All right, here we go. We're gonna pull the low back to the floor, and then your knees are gonna try to push into your body, but your hands push your knees away. Little sips of air. It's a lot of work and no movement. Keep pulling that lower belt down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna do 4 little taps. 4. Again, keeping the back down. 3. Good. 2. Slow is the way to go, right? We're really feeling that control, that precision. Good. All right, another round of isometric press. Hands on the knees, low back to the mat. Here we go. Push, pull. Little sips of air. Good. I'm feeling like I've got a seatbelt on and I just pulled the strap nice and tight. And release. Good. We'll go for those heel taps. Beautiful. Bring it back up. Use your breath. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. Connect. Exhale. Good. Inhale up. Good. Moving from our center. Concentration and control. All right, one last one. Here we go. Pull that low back to the mat. Good. And push the knees into the hands. Right, the further the legs it is, the harder, right? But you gotta make sure your back doesn't arch. So keep pushing that low back down. Push, pull, you got this for 4. 3, 2, 1. All right, last set of heel taps. Good, tap it down nice and slow. See how still you can keep your pelvis, isolating just the thigh bone moving in the joint. Right, that's the natural weight for resistance for the core here. Good, one more time. Exhale. And come back up. Good, we lower one foot, the other foot, and release to that neutral. Good, let's just go ahead and window wiper it out a little bit just to release. Go to one side. Feels really nice after all of that core work, all that stability for the sacrum. Good. Okay, and let's go into some of our glute work. All right, using the ball again. This is some inner thigh and outer thigh work. Heels are pretty close to your bum here, definitely lined up with your sitting bones. We roll the shoulders back, remind them to stay nice and planted in the mat, nice wide chest. All right, we're gonna squeeze those glutes and we're gonna lift the hips up. Good, in our bridge, we wanna remember no rib popping. Keep the ribs connected. And for this series, we're gonna scoop the tailbone under. You'll feel a stretch in the front of the hips. Good, I'm gonna squeeze my ball. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, so I just lower to a hover. Good, slight release the ball. Drive the heels to come up. Good, squeeze the ball. Good, lower to a hover. Slight release. Push back up. Good, squeeze. Hinge at the hips. Nice long neutral on that low back. Release a little. Push back up. 2 more, squeeze. Lower, little release. Lift, last one, squeeze. Lower, little release. Lift back up. Now we reverse. Just gentle grip on the ball. We lower down. You'll feel your hamstrings. Squeeze the ball and then lift up. Drive with the heels. Feel your glutes engage. Little release. Hinge to lower. Squeeze and keep squeezing to lift up. You should feel those bones are working. Lower. Squeeze. Drive to the heels. Good. That signals that glute to fire. One more. Little release. Lower. Squeeze and lift. And then we're going to get some little squeezes of the ball. Good, little pulses here. Keep trying to feel that little tuck. Notice when you tuck, you feel it right where the seat meets the hamstrings. Gets it really good. Good, squeeze, 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 squeeze and hold. Okay, and then let's go ahead and roll down to the spine. That will feel nice to come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone heavy. Good, let's just do one more round. This is a little bit for the outer glute. Reach the ball over the chest. Feel that nice stabilization of the shoulder girdle. Good, squeeze the glutes first, then power up. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna just open up the knees and we're gonna do little pulses out, out, out. Good. Squeeze those glutes. Feel the thigh bone rotated in the joint and it's small little presses out. Right, we're working into the hip muscles, these deep lateral rotators. And then we can add the arms in for a little distraction of a little pulse and squeeze. Distraction or coordination, kind of both. Squeeze that ball. Now make sure you feel your shoulder blades flat on the mat. Little squeezes. Good, you've got a nice consistent squeeze on the ball. Good, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7. The coordination's a little harder here. 5, 4, good. 3, keep squeezing. 2, and 1, good. And then that nice roll of the spine to come down. Woo-wee, nice work. Okay, let's turn onto your side. So we're gonna come onto our side here. And the first position is the ball is just gonna go right underneath your rib cage. So right kind of in the middle of the ribs, sort of where that bra line is, okay? And then those legs are stacked. We're in a little bit of an open angle here. Now, really important here to push up out of your shoulder, okay? No hanging out here. That way we'll feel a lift underneath our side. It really should be just a light touch on the ball. All right, here we go. Here we go for our side kick series. So we're gonna reach the top leg long. Let's point the foot. Good, we're gonna flex the foot and we're gonna pulse forward. 1, 2, point the foot and sweep it all the way back. I want that hip open. I want you to feel that glute. Flex the foot, pulsing. 1, 2, and swing it back. Good, keep that lift here. Flex the foot, pulsing. Double exhale, long fluid inhale. Flex forward. Inhale, reach, really reach to the toes. Good, flex the foot. Pulsing 1, 2, point and reach. Good, as far as you can. You'll feel nice length through the hip when you do that as well. Really nice. You got it. Let's go for 2 more. Pulse, pulse. Sweep. Try to keep that leg level above the floor the whole time. Pulse, pulse. Sweep. Good. Now let's extend that leg even further. Okay? No crease in your pants here, and we're gonna do baby tiny lifts. You should feel this right here in your bum. This is our glute medius. The key is to keep reaching through the toes. You feel that? Let's take it into a circle. Now this circle challenges stability for the upper body. Can you keep this ball still? Focus on that. Good, let's reverse. 6, 5, keep pushing on the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, a little bonus round. We flex the foot, we bring it forward, we turn the toes down, and we do a lower and lift here. Making sure the hips stay stacked, those ribs stay closed. Ooh, this long lever really works here into the back. Good, 4, you got this. 3, and 2, and 1. Hold. Woo, look at that foot shaking. Good, bend the knee and lower down. All right, let's tenderize it a little bit. Really nice. Okay, we're gonna lay down on our side now. Okay, legs are straight out. We bend the top knee so the ball is right underneath the inside of the knee. Okay, you're gonna try to keep that shin parallel to the floor. Now reorganize, making sure you're in a long line. Okay, make sure the head is in line as well. It always wants to look to see what's happening. You can press your bottom down, hand for support. We're gonna flex the bottom foot, and then we lift it up, and then we lower it down. Good, keeping the shin level also turns on these hip muscles a little bit, so make sure that bent knee stays, that shin is level. Good, so we're lowering, lifting. We're working, you guessed it, those inner thigh muscles. So we have balance from side to side of the hip. Good. All right, now let's try to really reach through the heel, then lift. Yeah, you feel the difference there. Reach and then lift. Good. And lift. Good. And now try to press your knee into the ball to lift the leg. Notice a difference there. Good. Press to lift. It's like a cantilever. Works a little bit harder. Good. One more time. Good. And then let's just do little circles. We got a pencil at the end of your heel and you're drawing a circle in the air. Good. Reverse those circles. Try to get a little lift as you circle. Good. 3, 2, whoops, 1. See my bottom foot dropping. Try to keep it up. Good. And lower down. Fabulous. All right, the last part of this little series is actually going to work into your obliques and into your side. Now this one is a little bit challenging position-wise. You want to get it pretty close to your hip because we're going to try to see if we can find a little balance. Okay, the leg is still completely on the floor. Okay, good. And then the top arm is here. And what we're going to do is try to lift off the ball and slide our rib to kiss our hip. And then we come off. Yes, my bottom arm is here, but I'm not pushing to lift. I'm really thinking about contracting and cinching my side. Ooh-wee. You can really feel this in the oblique. Good. Pretend you can reach and touch your pinky toe. Good. Try not to roll forward. You're completely on that side angle. Good. Now, if you feel snazzy, you can try to bring the bottom arm forward and lift. Makes it a little bit harder. Good. Few more. And last one. Beautiful. All right, let's give yourself a nice stretch here. Head goes on the arm. Take that arm over. Oh, yes. Breathe into that side. Feel that elongation. Really nice. Okay, let's go to the other side. Spin around. All right. So we're gonna put it right in the middle of the rib cage again. Knees are bent. You think about your heels kind of lining up with your sitting bones. All right, let's find that elbow right underneath the shoulder and that nice lift up off of it. Okay, here we go with our side kick. Flex the foot. Pelvis is still. Find your little lift. We pulse it forward. 1, 2, and then swing it back. Good. Long inhale. Feel that whole length through the front of the leg. Good. Pulsing. 1, 2. Reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. Pulsing. 1, 2. Good. Now the pace is a little bit faster, but it doesn't mean we don't have the stability and focus here of the upper body. Good. You're looking great. One more. Pulse, pulse. Swing back. Now, let's find that nice reach. It's amazing how different it feels when you reach the toe, and then we have our baby lift and lower. Good. That top arm is open. If you want more stability, you can always reach that top arm up for a little balance challenge. Good, we're really activating right here. Good, beautiful. Let's go for those little circles, right? This is where we start to wobble. Good, keep that lift. Oop, which direction? Now we'll switch. Good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach through. Flex the foot, bring it all the way forward, toes down, and then we have this long lever lift. 2, we go for 8, 3, 4, pull those abs in, 5, feeling it here, 6, push up out of the shoulder, 7, 8, good, bring it back in line, hold, reach, 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 and bend it in. Okay, whoo-wee, nice work. All right, let's go for our inner thigh work, our adductor work. All right, so we're gonna bend the top knee, just let it rest on the ball. And again, trying to keep that shin hovered above the ground. Okay, restack yourself nice and long. All right, here we go, flex the bottom foot, and it's a lift and a lower. So get the movement pattern down on this side. Good, and then we think about reaching through the heel. Notice how these subtle changes can really change the exercise. Of course, our abs are engaged. We're making sure those hips are stacked on top of each other. Reach, good. Feel the control. Beautiful, trying to keep that front shin level. Awesome, good, 2 more. Last one. Good, and let's draw those little circles. Good, hand can come down for stability. Good, circling, reverse, and 6, 5, reach, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, hold, and lower down. Wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up for our final little work on the obliques on this side. Okay, so we do want it a little bit closer. Just brings your body upright a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Top arm is along the side of the body, and then we're trying to just lift here. Good. Side bending. And that rib gives a nice kiss to the hip. Good. Now remember, you're in 2 panes, like in the middle of 2 panes of glass, right? So we're really getting a true side bend here, right? Cinching into the obliques. Okay, we want to try that little challenge. The arm goes further out in front of you. Ooh, this is a lot harder. Yeah. Good, we've got 4. Looking good. 3. And 2. And 1. Wonderful. Let's get that nice stretch. Out, reach the arm. Top arm floats up and over. Ooh, breathing into the side. So, so nice. Gorgeous. Okay, good. You have done it. Awesome work. So some great core focus and glute all 3 sides of the hip. All right, have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me.